everybody, and welcome to another episode of Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet that's collected all of the pieces of the Infinity Gauntlet and is holding them from Thanos. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and today we're going to be jumping into Marvel's new event of the summer, Infinity. Yep, that's it. I cannot get that name right.
That's all right. Make sure you check us out over at Twitter at Epic Geek Out. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/epicgeekout, and also check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com. But let's get into our review.
So today we're talking about Infinity, which is Marvel's new summer event. Last year we obviously reviewed Avengers vs. X-Men, which we both really enjoyed. There's another event which we kind of missed, but we're going to catch up on it soon, Age of Ultron.
Need to catch up on
it. Although it's
with the news of Avengers 2. Yeah, but we still gotta read it.
This one actually follows a lot. It's a lot more backstory involved into this versus Avengers vs. X-Men, which kind of, you could have picked up. I feel like this one, there's a lot more that's happening in the universe that kind of comes to a head, which creates the events in this. Particularly one that we reviewed the first issue of, which was just Jonathan Hickman's Avengers, which I got the first trade of. I'm trying to catch up on that. I haven't yet, so I kind of don't know what's going on. But it involves the builders, who are the kind of the creators and source of life in the universe, and the Avengers actually fighting them. So that's why they're off of Earth and why Thanos decides to attack Earth because the Avengers are no longer there. So that's pretty much the plot of where we got to with the first issue of this, because it's a 6-part series, which is a lot more digestible than Avengers vs. X-Men.
And it's also a bigger book, than a normal issue.
Yeah, so kind of follows storylines from, obviously, Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, and also Nova, which was another storyline, and some Guardians of the Galaxy. So all kinds of the cosmic stuff going on, because obviously we have Thanos after the Infinity Gauntlet sends what's it called?
There's the Illuminati now.
Yeah, holding the gems.
Gem.
Yeah, so lots of crazy stuff going on. This first issue, like many with the events, is kind of like an overview of getting us up to speed. Looks like the next one's going to be the actual invasion. But what did you think of the first one?
Okay, I think we can we normally give each of our reviews, but feel free to jump in just because it's more talking about this. So this is. I'm gonna just go over the problems that I had first with it. This is where I think that comic books get dangerous, and if you're looking to get into them, this is where they start to turn you off a little bit, because I picked this up and I'm on a show called Epic Geek Out. I like to think that I know a lot about superheroes, but there are moments in this that I am completely lost. There's 60 heroes on the page, not everyone's getting enough face time, that it loses me. I didn't stay up with that run of the Avengers, so I am completely lost into some of these back storylines that are in this. And I missed I need a recap or something.
Well, it is dangerous because this is their event to get people into comic book. This is what they're doing to market comics, So I agree, and I feel like Avengers vs. X-Men kind of had a little bit of a prequel type thing. I think this might have had one. But I don't know if it was as I literally just need that thing in the beginning that tells me exactly what's happening.
Yeah, just
caught up to speed,
cliff notes, or even if they could tie it into the digital format and do a short, online
what
comic
happened last week,
or it's just something, because I am lost for moments of these when they are, and they try to explain the characters, who they are in the beginning, but I found myself just flipping back. Oh, it's this guy, and there's so many names now that it's hard to keep it all in context. But I liked it. I mean, it's good. It's set. This is just like a pilot of a television show. It's setting it up. I think the storyline's great. Now Earth has no Avengers. What are they going to do? Tony Stark's back, and he's still on Earth to defend it. But I'm interested to see where it's going to go for sure. But it didn't have that easy jump-in value that Avengers vs. X-Men had, because you know what? I knew all of them. And if I didn't know them, I'm going to know the person on the next panel. Yeah. And it's good to broaden your horizons, and hopefully I'm going to learn, newer characters and things like that, and maybe find some more series that I would enjoy. But just because it has the backstory, and I also really didn't like that Avengers one either, because I didn't like the cosmic, the builders, and I didn't really fall into that. I'd rather just kind of be cut and dry, and I'm excited for the cosmic stuff, but it definitely has a hard break-in point, I feel. But
yeah.
And I'm gonna buy the rest, and I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna buy the ones that it's exactly. So
yeah, you got to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely really hard to get into. Even like I'm trying to keep up with I really did enjoy the Avengers, the Hickman Avengers. So I was trying to keep up with that. So even for me, who kind of knew that basic plot, it was fresh with me because I had just read the first 6 issues or whatever.
Yeah.
It still was a little like, what's who are these people? And there was a lot of weird like time jumps in this where like we saw Cap and Hawkeye on Earth, which was an awesome scene. But then kind of they were in space with the builders and stuff. So like trying to place where that was in terms of context of what was going on was a little bit difficult. And also there's a lot of other heroes from outskirts of Marvel, like the Inhumans and stuff that it's not as accessible as Avengers versus X-Men, but I don't think you can get much more accessible than that because that is the characters that everyone knows. And even, like you were saying, the ones that were a little bit lesser known, they had the minor parts and you got enough character and you knew that they were an Avenger or whatever to kind of gather that. But this is sort of a little bit of the weird cosmic-y stuff of Marvel where it's not necessarily going to grab people that are looking for capes and cows,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's the problem with it. But having said that, I love, Hickman. I think he's a great writer. And so a lot of the stuff in here just feels really
And what do you think about like the art and the writing? Just
the art's
about
awesome
that.
too.
It's cool. I don't like the way Iron Man looks. It's probably explained in something else, the suit. But besides that, it's beautifully drawn. It's beautifully inked, and I think that's all well done. And there's a lot of different environments and a lot of different people in this because it's Earth for a portion. It's space stations, it's other planets, Titan, and things like that. So I do enjoy the different, and each thing does have enough of a unique view and color palette that you can distinguish, I think, which, is good that they kind of did that.
Yeah, and
the chapters also confused me a little bit.
Yeah, there was some weird chapter divisions in this, I think, because it's a little bit longer, so it kind of, I think that's where some of the time jumping happened, but I think I'm reserving really an overall opinion, obviously, until we read more, because I really want to see Thanos in action and see that happen, because I think that's where this where the
cinematic universe is going, and I'm excited to see kind of where that's going. I mean, that's kind of what I love and adore. I mean, so yeah, definitely. So check it out. They do have a really nice thing at the end. If you are interested in kind of getting caught up, we haven't had the chance to look back at all the other issues, but they do have a really good way to summarize what you should have read up till now. If you get the digital and
version,
also in the future too, and each one comes with the digital version too. So
and on the digital version, there's also some really good summaries of what you should read. Road to Infinity, and actually, there's going to be some trades on that coming out, but it's not out yet. So. I think once we can get a full picture of this event, I think it could be awesome. Yeah. And also I did hear that this is going to be one of the first ones, or is one of the first ones that isn't a cause and effect of event to event, where really since Avengers Disassembled, it's been Avengers Disassembled, and that led into House of M, which all led into everything, and Avengers vs. X-Men was even from House of M, all those would cause an effect, and this is kind of its own standalone thing.
And they said, it's going to change the world forever, which again, comic books, there's all, until
you change it back later.
Yeah, exactly. But so that is Marvel's Infinity.
So it's that time of the episode where we like to give some thanks. Rob, what are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful for the everyday moments that remind you of what you love in your geek culture. And I was out this past week just to happy hour with a friend, and the restaurant had a lot of great craft brews. And I see a beer on the menu that says Two-Hearted Lager. And I'm like, I just hope that this is some kind of Doctor Who reference. So, of course, I ordered it, and it was a great beer. And if I wasn't a Doctor Who fan, I would have never tried the beer. And, it's just those little moments that remind you of what you love. And, it goes back to, the Simon Pegg quote, where it's a geek is a person that is unashamed to love what they love. And I think that's so great about our culture, our community. And it's those little moments as haha, other people might not get that, and they might not even have meant that at this craft brewery that made this beer.
I really want to find
out. But, I took it for that. They got my business, and I enjoyed it. So that's awesome. My thanks for the day.
Cool. I'll give another Doctor Who thanks, because it's been a couple months of Doctor Who.
We're kind of excited for the new episodes.
So there's actually an Easter egg on Google Maps.
Oh, it's awesome. I saw it.
You can find a police box in
Journey to the Center of the TARDIS.
UK, and click on it, and it takes you inside the TARDIS. It's pretty awesome. I'll put a link to it back there. But yeah, someone at work sent it to me because I found a couple of Doctor Who geeks at work and I love that. So I got sent to me as a chat. I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, and it's like real and awesome and cool. So
great, and then they're gonna have a Doctor Who Day for the 50th anniversary on Google, where Google's written in Gallifreyan.
Oh, it's awesome!
Yeah.
Okay, wait,
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll be back next week with some more episodes for you. Thanks for watching. As always, we appreciate it. Leave some comments below about what some geek things in your life maybe that you come across.
We're gonna try to do some video game reviews soon.
Yes. Yeah. So and anything else we should check out that's out right now? We're kind of winding down some of the movies. With summer movies, so let us know what we should check out. We'd be interested in seeing what you guys are watching or playing or reading.
All that good stuff.
We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching. See you next time.